has been taken away. Now what we have is not a democratic system. We are now running autocratic system.
All right, Isaiah, thank you very much. Point made. With the comment from the police, well, it's the job of the police to provide security for protesters. It is also within the jurisdiction of the police to say, well, this protest might turn this way, and to avoid it, I think you guys should not embark on it. And if the APC chooses to listen to the police, well, you would say that you should commend the APC for doing that. And then secondly, to suggest the new the recent commissioner of police is just a few months, and he was transferred here a few months ago by who? So technically, perhaps we shouldn't look at it from that perspective and maybe question and ask the police for their reasons why. I think that would be one way to look at it. Find out why has the police said this. And if the APC has chose to obey the directive of the police or had to postpone that protest because of what the police has said, I'm sure it's because it's trying to be law-abiding. Victor from Rumokoro, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, Victor. Good morning.
Good morning. It's me, Andrew.
You're welcome. Okay.
I thought party said Kubara is certain agenda of Gwawinte. I think that statement is absolutely correct. Gwawinte cannot rule us through back door. This time around, we are going to vote smartly and we are wiser. They cannot achieve that come 2023. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Victor Uche from Echie. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Mrs. Ucheke. Rivers APC suspends their planned protest. Reason being that police did not guarantee or assure them of security. For me, how can police assure one who wants to cause unrest to others? How can such security be assured to them? I believe the last time we heard, the order passes through the court. In other ways, it was a legal means that should have been followed the same process. Instead, those whose name are not even on the ballot box, I'm talking about APC, because that order wasn't also channeled to them alone, but every other parties, including PDP itself. Rather, they are the ones trying to cause pandemonium in the state. Thank God, and the kudos to police for finding this. Then finally, Dr. Mede, the economist, he said the change of Nigeria currency will not affect any change on Nigeria economy. Andrew, have you seen the new designed currency? Honestly, those advising Mr. President has finally done more harm than good to all of us. The only change I saw was the color and the reducing 200 naira to look like 10 naira. With the newly changed in naira address hardship in Nigeria, the hardship we are currently facing, with the price of fuel that has stabilized at 230 naira, another hike in commodities change, Buhari and his team, they really don't want our game. This is quite unfortunate.
I thank very much. Uche from Echie. The redesign of the Naira has really raised a lot of stir online. You have people who are complaining, majorly because it was just the color. People said they just used filters, Snapchat filters and TikTok filters and the rest of them. But was the reason for I almost said redesigning the Naira, was it to improve on the value of the Naira? Perhaps that would happen, because critically looking at it, I just read you a headline from the Punch where the CBN and EFCC said they were going to track large transactions. I think that one of the goals for doing this is to see how they can recoup monies that have been kept in private vaults, because now those monies would have to be spent, otherwise they would become useless. And so now whichever way you do it, the money will get back to the bank. And when it gets to the bank, guess what? Somebody would have to withdraw money now, so they can properly track where the money is going to. And that would really help a lot. I'm not comfortable with the design, I must add. Yes, but then perhaps also the government was trying to cut costs and looking at how the cost implication would be if you want to do a full redesign. Maybe that's why all the colors were redesigned. I don't know. But the fact that 1,000 naira now looks like 50 naira, 200 naira now looks like 20 naira, if I'm not mistaken, which of them, that is a concern. Temple from Rukwaku is on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished and how are you doing this morning?
Very fine, thank you. Go on.
Yes, sir. I really want to comment on the area of Mr. President nominating Loretta Onochie as the new NDDC boss. I think for me, I would say congratulations to Loretta Onochie. But at this point in time, looking at the corruption within the confines of the NDDC, see, appointment should come in the aspect of professionalism. It shouldn't come from the aspect of party line. What does Loretta Onochie know within the confines of administration of NDDC? Or are we still pushing forward, making NDDC look like as if it is an oil well where anybody can come and drill money on his or her own head? Please, professionalism should be the main target this time around, so that there could be some kind of pushing forward developmental project within the context of NDDC that will trickle down to the communities that are involved, which is also very important. But I want to appeal this morning to APC for doing the needful. As I have told them, if they feel the order 21 and 22, they are not comfortable with it. I think the court is very much wide open for them to approach, push forward their demand and their displeasure. But in the assertion of a court party, I always said a court party. It's not just my people saying when you don't know where a man is, how a man is being buried, probably you might sometimes go and start from the head. A court party don't know who Sim Fubara is. If they know, they wouldn't be making this assertion that Governor Wike wants to smuggle. We don't know who he is. See, a court party has been a party.
All right, Temple, 30 seconds up. You made your point. Thank you very much. Ida from Nkora on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my lovely brother. I want to the line of Temple this morning. Court party statement this morning that says no life Fubara has not national politics. We want to show them this year and next year that same focus on life Fubara will become governor of Rivers State come 2023. Yes, our court party, even their own governorship candidate cannot win his own unit or the ward. So they should leave that young man alone. We want to come out, we are not afraid of anybody. If you are doing wrong thing, court say go out so that our unborn children will come and inherit wrong thing. You can see Rivers State when PDP is ruling, everybody is good. So we don't want any political party that is corrupt to come and rule us. So I'm up with things in life, but is taking the breakouts come 2023. Thank you very much. God bless you.
All right, who will take the breakouts would be decided by Rivers people. Well, you might have your opinion on that, but then at the end of the day, Rivers people will go to the polls, they will vote, and then they will decide who enters the brick house in 2023. On Facebook Live, Lorenzo Delight says, good morning. South governors met in Bayelsa to support Atiku and Wike was absent. This shows that he's alone and will be relegated after 2023. Honorable Patrick Amadi says, good morning, Andrew. The new redesigned Naira note to take effect soon is a good one. I suggest the old should be withdrawn gradually, not at the same time, so that it will not affect the country. Definitely, there would have to be plans to ensure we have enough of the new ones in circulation. So both of them would be legal tenders hand in hand until sometime January, when the old ones would automatically then be stopped completely. Rather than redesigning the Naira note as they claim, they succeed in changing the color of the notes. Somebody said they recolored the notes, which is of no value to Nigerians. Christian Williams from Igweche. The idea was just to make the note look different so that they can get monies to, because the CBN had said over 80 something to 90% of the monies in circulation, they don't know where it is. It's not in their vault, it's not in their hands, it's not in the banks. So where are these monies? And I think that would have prompted the redesign, if you call it recoloration, whatever you want to call it. The idea was just to see that whoever or whatever is holding those monies in private vault or stashed away somewhere would be forced now to bring out those monies. Some people said there's a lot of politics involved in this. Well, I do not know. But what I can tell is it's a move that would, in one way or the other, really help us, because we might end up having these monies in circulation more now. On WhatsApp, I'll take a few of your messages before I go back to the phone lines. I think I might have enough time to take at least 1 or 2 more calls, and then I'm done with the calls. On WhatsApp, CBN governor needs to be arrested for deceiving Nigerians. The new Naira note is not a redesign, it's a change of color. And as in Nigeria, I demand a breakdown of how he spent 261 billion Naira for changing color of the currency. Chima David Onyekwere from Omer. We're definitely going to have that conversation. There's a lot of conversations to come around redesigning of these monies and what it costs. Unfortunately, you know as well that we are in a country where people don't give information. Even if we have the Freedom of Information Act, people do not give information. If you were to get the CBN to speak, they'll tell you some of these things are in secrecy. They can't really come out in public and explain the process and you'll be told whatever reasons. Believe me, I've tried. But we'll keep trying. Sira Barry says, if Nigeria can observe a little color change in our Naira, then CBN has achieved their aim. The purpose of redesign is not for you if you are not hiding any money. I love the new color of our money. The only problem is somebody might mistakenly give you 1,000 thinking it's 50 Naira or 500 thinking it's 20 Naira. And then that's where we have a problem. Well, let's get on more messages on WhatsApp. Andrew, this one says, Rivers State APC suspends their planned protest. What they're trying to protest for, the executive order is not targeting any political party in the state. You know, the fact that the police says they can't offer security, well, this will not be the first time. Remember, there have been different groups that wanted to protest. One will be with regards to the LMA on their road. That protest was postponed a couple of times because of the intervention of the police. Well, it's the right of any Nigerian to protest. If the APC and its members wanted to protest this, well, the police is supposed to also provide security. Now, if the police is saying it cannot provide security, the question would be, why? Again, perhaps we would hear for security reasons we cannot share such information. Well, let's take one more call before we go. And Mufasa is on the line. Good morning, Mufasa.
Yeah, hi, Andrew. Good morning.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Well, like what you rightly said, you see, who will be in the breakout come 2023 will be decided by Rivers people. And for me, that's profound and instructive. To this end, I would want to disagree, vehemently with the position of the young man from Accord Party. For me, I think that statement is irrational because he has said that the governorship candidate of the PDP has not been attending, functions of the party, whereas he's a member of the Accord Party. So how do you know he has not been attending function? And he equally said that the governor is foisting his thoughts on the agenda of Rivers people. For me, I think such statements are filled with contradiction. If you are not a member of the PDP, how do you know so much about the PDP? I would want to advise the gentleman to focus on what is going on in his party and see how we can garner support for his party. The governorship candidate of the PDP is a gentleman who is doing the needful campaigning and trying to send his message across to Rivers people. I think that policy should be played. And then they're talking about the redesigning of the Naira. For me, that the redesigning, whether it's fine or whether it's not fine, is inconsequential. Let us look at the value of the Naira against the dollar. And the only way that we can strengthen our currency is to ensure that, we become a productive country so that our currency can be strong. It's not about aesthetics. So, whatever, objectives they want to achieve. All
right, Mufasa.
I wish our country good luck.
Thank you very much. You made your point already. Already out of time, so we'll draw the curtain here. On Twitter, at Sinkwa says, what would they do if the monies aren't recovered as anticipated by the CBN governor? It would definitely be recovered. I'm telling you that. That's for free. Buhari appointing new NDDC board is a welcome development, but I'm not happy as a Rivers man because this is the first time a Rivers man is not part of the core management of NDDC. Just a state rep is not enough for Rivers State. And then Justice Ori says, we may not like the looks of current Naira, but let's also see the fact that the federal government is fighting corruption through the redesign or recoloration or whatever you call it. But the truth is, I think you would say that the idea is laudable, even if you don't like the design. Appreciate the effort, and it would definitely yield certain fruits. My name is Iftiemi Andrew. Good morning. Business News comes up at 7. Stay tuned.
You are tuned in.
Are you worried about running your generator with the increase?